Hi guys, this is Emily Cupelli, and for today's card I'll be using my Flamingo Together stamp set from Fawn. I started stamping my image on Strathmore watercolor paper using my archival ink in jet black and cutting it out with my scan and cut. And I'll be coloring it using my distress ink in Abandoned Coral. As I have mentioned before, I like to wet the surface and then I like to mix the ink with some water and add a wash of color to the whole image. Then with my damp brush, I like to take more concentrated ink without diluting it with any water, and I go ahead and add it to the areas where I want the shadows to be. Finally, with a clean damp brush, I go ahead and blend my shadows. I believe the peak of the flamingos are actually black, but I colored mine in the Spice Marmalade Distress ink, which worked just great for this particular card since it goes perfectly with the background. Here, I partially die cut a circle out of my heavyweight white cardstock, getting a half of a circle. I finished cutting it out with my trimmer. Once I cut the lower edge with my trimmer, I go ahead with my scissors and finish cutting those corners that are still attached to the panel. Here I took another panel and I am coloring it with my fossilized amber and spiced marmalade distress inks. I added the color only to the area that you will be able to see through the window. Anyhow, you don't have to worry too much about this coloring since at the end you can barely see it. Now I wanted to add some super controlled splatters, for which I am using a Q-tip. I wet the cotton area of the Q-tip and then added some of my distress stain in tarnished brass. I tried it out first in a scrap of paper, so I totally suggest you to do the same to make sure that you are gonna get what you are looking for. Anyway, this way I was able to get almost perfect little circles, which I really liked. Now I decided to add some little hearts from my Mermaid for You stamp set from Fawn that will replace the bigger dots in black. I think this added a really nice detail to my splatters. I also went ahead and used my brush to add the small dots. I kept working in my splatters until I was happy with the result. For the shaker elements, I used some chunky glitter in gold I got at the dollar spot at Target, some micro beads in bronze from Prima, and some gold seed beads. I used these three elements to make my own mix. Then I added some score tape all around the window I created. As you can see, I used a resealable glitter plastic bag which I got at Walmart, and I am cutting the excess of it with my scissors. Then I removed the backing paper from the score tape and stuck the bag to it, which ended up being just the right size for this little window. Then added some scotch tape to the back of my panel. I want you to notice that I made sure to add some foam tape on top of that upper edge of my bag. That is probably not necessary, but I wanted to make sure that it wouldn't get open. I also added a bunch of foam tape to the whole panel to make sure it would stay flat in the mail. Then removed the backing paper from my foam tape and stuck it to the back panel I created. Here I already stuck my flamingo to my card, and now I am going to add some neon flamingo stickles to it. I think the name is just perfect and they both go perfectly together, so how not to use these stickles for my flamingo, right? And here you can see all the glitter and shine in my card, which I absolutely love. And this is the whole card all finished. Here you can see how much all those bits inside of my shaker area shake, and didn't have to use a double layer of foam tape with my seed beads thanks to the litter bag I used. Please give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it and subscribe to my channel if you are not subscribed yet. Don't forget to visit my blog to see a list of supplies and more close-up pictures. Here are 3 more shaker cards that I hope you enjoy. Thank you so much for watching and I'll see you next time. Bye!